It's Central and Eastern Michigan. They've been competing in basketball for over 115 years. For the Chippewas, that's starting to feel comparable to how long it's been since they beat a Division I team. 2 months ago, Central Michigan won at George Mason, but a challenging schedule since has contributed to 7 straight losses against D1 teams. Tonight, explosive Eastern Michigan hopes to add to CMU's difficult stretch and win their first MAC road game. Oh, it's a really special story, and not only is Quentin starting, his brother is starting as well. I should say Jacoby and Quentin, the first time those two have started together in a collegiate basketball game. What a night to have it. And we are ready for basketball. Jeff Spadowski, Anthony Burris, Mike O'Neill, and off we go. It's Heat's Henchmen and Barbie's Boys inside the barn on Broomfield, and the students are back in Mount Pleasant. This is Eastern Michigan offensively much better this year. They work it in and out. Great guard play and good inside play, starting with Nelson, but it's taken away early.
For 20 to 25 seconds, but yet the patience of the Eagles leads to yet another bucket.
Yeah, high percentage shots for Eastern Michigan. They're 4 for their first 4. Tyler Vanderjack set to check in for the Chippewas. Inside, Jarusevicius high off the glass.
Going right through the middle of Deshaun Nelson on the defensive end, and Jarusevicius starting to become a part of the scouting report. The Eagles well aware of the Lithuanian. Vanderjack still waiting to come in at the under 16 media, but we play on.
Which I know you don't hate.
I love it, baby. Up and down. No whistles.
Billingsley going one-on-one. Poked away, though. Hetty wearing number 32, going right in. Good defense of Soynick. Big fella from deep. Simpson is checked in inside to the large Lithuanian. Banging away. Tough take. And Jarusevicius almost got a chance at 3.
Pretty good defense there by the Eagles inside, and Oogie's going to go to the free throw line. But I won't speak for you, Adam, but this is my first time seeing the 24-25 Eagles in person. Night and day difference, talent level, effort. I think Stan Heath is finally starting to get buy-in from his guys, but also the talent that he has on this roster up and down is the best he's had since he's gotten to Ypsilanti.
And you'll know he'll get the full buy-in defensively when they start to come around. He said, 11 new faces, 7 transfers, 4 freshmen. So the defensive part is coming around a little bit slower, but when that starts to get put together, look out for them, because remember, they've been really good defensively the last couple of years.
Well, and look at some of the schools that these players have been at before they get to Eastern Michigan. They've got transfers that have spent time at Georgetown, DePaul, Oregon, Oakland. Programs either at the Power 5 level or really good mid-major programs. And you only know that that's going to just take a little bit of time before they gel together.
Lane violation there on Billingsley, so a redo here for Jarusevicius. Maybe another one. And it is another one. I think that one was Tingler, so the Eagles just moving early here.
Balance is off for young Jihad there on the near block right there. Just a little too early on Shaden Simpson. Gonna box him out.
So a 4th free throw attempt. Okay, there we go. No more free throws. Jarusevicius hits them both. By the way, Matt, that means Central Michigan in their last 4 games, 40 for 44 from the stripe. They have been so much better since they put extra emphasis on it in practice. This evening, another turnover. It's an 11-0 CMU run. Jarusevicius tries. He's going to the free throw line. Matt, it's just simple as the defense is just so intense on the other end of the floor for the guys in white.
The Eagles had a great start to this one. On the road, they were knocking down a couple shots, but they haven't scored in 4 minutes and 13 seconds. The drought continues. 11 turnovers in 12 minutes of gameplay. CMU's got 7 steals in this one already.
Amazing. And that is something that Eastern, they think they did a really good job, and so far they have, of getting good guard play out of the portal. We talk about Terry and Henry, but they just, all of them have not done a good enough job taking care of the rock tonight.
It's the way it should be. Eastern and Central and Western should always be playing each other in football every year, obviously, but then also twice a year, men's, women's basketball. Every sport they should always be playing. You want to have those rivalries, especially the directional in-state ones.
That's a foul on Nelson. He didn't think so. They're getting a little ticky-tacky here. A lot of fouls building up. Eastern Michigan, you saw it coming back from break. Wabude, that was a 1-and-1. They're already in the bonus. Central Michigan is climbing. And they are in the bonus as well now. Oogie going to eat his shirt there, it looks like. What a pickup this has been for Tony Barbie. We've talked about some of the transfers, but to get this guy, the Lithuanian out of Cal State Bakersfield. Massive in more ways than one, because the dude's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah, absolutely. But it just goes to show you, for all of these coaching staffs at the mid-major level, Adam, you got to go wherever the talent is. You got to go find and fill out your roster. 15 guys on your roster. Who's going to give us the best chance to win? And what a revelation he's been, and thank goodness for CMU that they got him.
Tony Barbie challenged him, too, at the beginning of the year. He said, I don't want you to just score. I want you to rebound 6-7 a game. There's a miss from a Soynick, and he's their leading rebounder, Jacoby Hetty, nearly 7 boards per game. Threes haven't been going down, so the Chippewas trying to find some space. Eastern wanted to push there. Instead, Jarusevicius, they're going to get the foul first, a hold before the shot goes up. And Stan Heath's arms are now up, going, where's the foul before that?
Well, and so is Bob Simon, Sean Trice, Drew Danisco. Everyone wanted a whistle and a push-off on Anthony Pritchard, and Jalen Terry doing a really good job trying to draw that foul on that play, but whistle doesn't come. It comes a few seconds later on the floor.
Might be better here, though, for Eastern Michigan that it did come on the floor. Chance that Jarusevicius misses. Just had the front end on the other side. Again, it looked like an early entry, but it goes in. Boy, Eastern is eager. Hoping the Chippewas are going to miss some free throws.
Sean Nelson's telling Jalen Terry, he goes up and then he waits, and then it's really slow at the top.
Dramatic pause. Okay, that time learned his lesson, but it didn't matter. Jarusevicius hits both. And all of a sudden, he's got 9 points. He's living at the line. 7 for his first 8. Richard so quick. Off the side of the backboard, though, and then a foul is called. Oh, you didn't need that. From the big fella, it's going to go against Wabude, so it'll be 2 free throws for Oogie, who's huffing and puffing there. Good one here between Central and Eastern. How about a little doink off the side of the board? They've been playing basketball here since 1908, the Chippewas and the Eagles. Christiana, that's a long freaking time.
It is a long freaking time. You're so right. And Central Michigan leads that series 107-98 and has a 60-42 advantage at home. They've been pretty dominant, and last season they swept Eastern Michigan. The most notable performance came just before the MAC championship when Central Michigan won in overtime 65-62. Through Eastern Michigan's last 3 games against Central Michigan, they have not scored more than 65 points.
Remember that one, too. That was a big stretch because remember how dinged up Central Michigan was at the end of the year? They played that shorthanded, had to come back and win it. Just always expect a great battle between these two when they square off. Look at that. Jarusevicius said, And Henry, a little slow to get up here.
Meeting at the rim, Vanderjack, Jarusevicius. What do you got there, partner?
Double-handed slam down right there. Usually you just use one hand to block, but he said, let me use both. CMU's probably thinking that anyways. They're just 2 for 7 from deep. Take her down under 10. Inside they go. One-on-one with Jarusevicius. Gets grabbed. Shot goes in. Will it count? They say no. Stan Heath giving him an assist over there, giving them no way, don't count that.
I tell you what, Shanu is saying he grabbed my arm, and I think that's just a heady move by Oogie to kind of pin that arm inside with one of those chicken wings, and then as he spins around, Shanu's arm has no choice but to go with him. He's not really doing anything to actively reach in and try and steal the basketball, but 21. trying to draw that personal foul as best he can.
21 about to shoot his 12th free throw of this first half. How about that?
Living right when you're at the free throw line that much. But CMU has done a good job. It's been a concerted effort to get the ball inside, get him touches. They feel like they have an advantage.
And again, a couple of weeks ago, I don't know, Matt, if he would have wanted to be at the free throw line this much just because of how inconsistent he was. But Jarusevicius is 10 for 12 at the stripe. He's got 10 of his 12 points from 15 feet away.
Brings that down. He's in amongst guys that are stronger than him, so it probably ends up a jump ball. Maybe you get a whistle and a foul. How about this?
A 4-point trip thanks to the large Lithuanian. Nelson. No. Offensive rebound. There he is again. Oh, and the 2 doesn't go, but a loose ball comes down to Pritchard.
Look at this, man. This is throwback basketball. Guys going hard on the glass.
Pritchard, oh my. And the putback goes in from Jarusevicius. Timeout, Stan Heath.
Yo.
Central Michigan. Yo, indeed. They're fired up.
Take a breather. Grab a swig of water. Anthony Pritchard bobbing and weaving. Oogie's there. Household name here inside McGurk Arena.
2,841 points for Jay up in Mayo, north of here. Another steal. Anthony Pritchard in for 2 more. Sorry, were you expecting a rhyme?
Nope. We can move on.
Jarusevicius, big body, and he can't quite get it to go, but he wiggles along that baseline smooth.
See that? Bringing that ball high. Bringing it over Deshaun Nelson. Trying to get near that rim, and Oogie has had a battle on his hands all night. You can see him there. Needs a blow when the coaching staff can get him time on the bench, but
not quite. Looked like a Plinko ball right there. By the way, I wanted to go back to Jay Smith. It's so cool to have him back. He'd been back a couple of times, Matt. Detroit, he was an assistant there after he left CMU. He was actually at Central while Stan Heath was at Kent State. So Stan wins for a year, and then Jay Smith beats his old team the next year after Stan leaves.
And to get them to the Breslin Center in the Final Four.
Shout out MHSAA. Jarusevicius between 2. Pretty kiss from the Lithuanian.
Just kind of had an undersized defender methodically working his way across the painted area, and then reads the passing lane, jumps it.
Offense, now to defense, and back to offense. Oh, put back.
Quiet night for this guy. Ball in his hands right now. Kyler Vanderjack, Stan Heath said, could be the 6th man of the year in the league, but they've held him in check.
And he's been averaging around 20 points per game in the league. Just a bucket tonight is it. Jarusevicius having a big night, though, and he's got 21.
Picking up the slack, over 20. He did his work from the free throw line in the first half. Now he's got his bread and butter working on the block.
Tying that career high at 21 inside. Loose ball comes to Hetty. Chippewas want to run. Jacoby in the open. Bonds, extra pass to Vanderjack. Finally gets one.
Quick little 5-0 run by the Eagles. Stopping a score, gets it to single digits before the under-8 media.
Kind of what we've talked about, right? CMU's had them lingering with a chance to put them away, but the Eagles just won't do it. They won't go away.
Had Vanderjack wide open in the far corner.
Jarusevicius says, I can score 2. Good position inside. And a new career high for the Lithuanian. He's got 23. That's just about going to do it for the Chippewas. They'll dribble out the final seconds. Finally, Central Michigan's fired up their first MAC victory. 82-63 over Eastern Michigan.